Ancient Nemaus was a city on the Via Domitia, the first Roman road built in Gaul. Now, many hundreds of years after the fall of Rome, the monuments constructed here in the 1st century are as good as new. The extraordinary amphitheater is still used as a stadium for festivals, while the Maison Carrée is a temple facade as complete as any in the former Roman territories. Today we share the top 10 best things to do in Nîmes so you can plan a trip and experience all the exciting attractions and activities this beautiful city has to offer. Starting with number 10, Les Arènes. The Roman amphitheater in Nîmes has proudly stood the test of 2,000 years and looks great for its age. The arena is still used for celebrations and concerts, and every May is a solemn scene for 6 days of bullfighting during the Feria de Nîmes. On a visit, there's so much for you to sink your teeth into, because even the configuration of the stairwells and galleries is impressive, and would have allowed 24,000 spectators to get in and out in a few minutes without risking crushes. From the outside, near the entrance, you can make out the sculpted heads of bulls just above the upper tier of arches. At number 9 is the Maison Carrée. An exemplary piece of Vitruvian architecture, Maison Carrée is almost unparalleled in the former Roman world for its completeness. It has been here for more than 2,000 years, and the only signs of age are a bit of weathering on the columns and the marvelous portico. The temple was dedicated to Gaius and Lucius Caesar, 2 grandsons of Emperor Augustus who died in their youth. In the next 20 centuries it became a house, granary, church, and was also the mooted tomb for the 16th century Duke of Uzes, Antoine de Crussel. At number 8, Jardins de la Fontaine. Parks don't get much grander than these 18th century gardens around the water source where ancient Nîmes was founded. There are regal balustrades, broad stairways, statues, and marble vases, but also exciting Roman monuments, which we'll visit later. When the Jardins de la Fontaine opened in 1745, it was one of Europe's first public parks, and came about after attempts to channel the natural spring led to the discovery of a temple to Augustus and theater. Come to make more Roman discoveries and recharge your batteries on paths with cedars and horse chestnuts. At number 7, Temple de Diane. Almost hidden behind a copse of pines on the west side of the Jardins de la Fontaine are ruins of a chamber with a long barrel vault that caved in centuries ago. To the sides are passageways with centuries worth of graffiti etched into the walls, and there are fragments of expertly carved stonework in the main room. The site is called the Temple of Diana, although the exact purpose of the building is unknown. It was possibly a library instead. Just by the entrance there's a plaque telling you the story of the site since medieval times, and how it was damaged by fire in the early modern age. At number 6 in our list, La Tour Magne. In its prime, the tower at the top of the Jardins de la Fontaine would soar to 32 meters, dwarfing every other building in the city. It is now 18, which is high enough. The tower is all that is left of the fortifications erected during the rule of Emperor Augustus in 15 BC. From its pedestal at the highest point of Nîmes, it would have been a crucial beacon and watchtower controlling the plain. You can enter to read the explanatory panels about its Celtic origins, and climb up the stairs to the viewpoint at 18 meters where the displays show you how the panorama would have looked 2,000 years ago. At number 5, Carré d'Art. After Nîmes was hit by floods in 1988, the city decided to rejuvenate the square around the Maison Carrée and build a library and space for modern art. Norman Foster won the architectural competition, and his steel, concrete, and glass creation is just across the road from the temple. Although it has 9 stories, the building has a subtle outline because the lower floors are all underground. The galleries host temporary exhibitions by contemporary artists, while there's also a collection of 480 works, and the permanent exhibitions are refreshed every year. At number 4, Pont du Gard. The magnificent construction that traverses the Gardon River is 20 kilometers from Nîmes, but is part of the ancient city's infrastructure. The aqueduct brought water all the way from the Fontaine d'Ur, bypassing the high plateau directly north of Nîmes with a 50-kilometer crescent. Pont du Gard is the most astonishing section, standing at almost 50 meters, with 3 tiers of arches. And despite the awesome scale of the aqueduct, there's a difference in gradient of just 2.5 centimeters from one side of the Pont du Gard to the other, 275 meters away on the opposite bank. At number 3 in our list, Roman gates. The Via Domitia Roman road passed right through Port Auguste on its way down to Cadiz in Spain, so linking the southern tip of Iberia with Rome. There are 2 arches in the middle, which would have been for road traffic like carts, and flanking these are 2 smaller openings for people on foot. If you look down, you can see the marked locations of the 2 towers that would have defended the gateway 2 millennia ago. At number 2, Esplanade Charles-de-Gaulle. Just next door to the amphitheater is a handsome open space, trimmed with plane trees hackberries, and decorated with the marble Fontaine Perdire. The fountain was added in 1851 and is one big allegory for the city and region. The woman on the pedestal represents Nîmes because the Maison Carrée is on her head, in the Roman style, while the 4 figures below are for each of the major bodies of water in the region: the spring in Nîmes, the Gardon, the Eure, channeled to Nîmes by the aqueduct, and the Rhône. Check out the number 1 places in our list, Castellum Divisorium. Behind the railing on Rue de la Lampise is something you can only see in 2 places in the world, Pompeii and exactly this spot. It might not look like much, but as the information panel will inform you, this was the terminal of the aqueduct of Nemesis. It's mind-boggling to remember that water would have traveled 50 kilometers to this location. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite things to do in Nîmes? Is there something we missed? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to Greenable if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.